And bang! Hey there, friendlies. Welcome to the October 9th episode of the Beer Blades and Bushcraft live stream. I was about to say podcast. I got a beer that I've never had before, sitting right off camera. Got a cup of tea. Got a glass just in case Mike Martin joins us. Phone is on airplane mode. And I'm pretty optimistic. It might be a small crew today. I find that the first day back from a holiday, everyone always sort of forgets what day it is. And hey, LT. And Mr. Outdoor Dauber. Simone was here too. Hey, wow, we're starting off with a bang. It's usually like a few minutes before before the first crew member shows up. You know, it's funny. Hold on. First of all, I don't know. I was about to say something, and I just don't know. Hey, Serge. I don't know what I was gonna say. Okay, forget about it. Forget about it. Okay. Little updates from the last couple of videos. I've still got a box full of coins that I haven't organized yet. I still haven't opened this guy. I don't know. I mean, it's a reissue, so it's not like keeping it in its pristine in its box is going to make it worth something someday. But I remember what it felt like to buy my first Transformer and in the box, and I was like, I liked the pristineness of it just sitting there in this box, which sort of went away the first time I opened it. But yeah, I don't know. What am I gonna do? Play with it? Maybe I'll just, transform him and put him on my desk next to my computer or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. So here's on. Okay, so what are we talking about tonight? Oh, Outdoor Dauber wants to talk about Fatwood. I will tell you guys something for free. Outdoor, he got himself a haul of Fatwood. When did you first find it? Like the day before yesterday or something? When was that, Outdoor? When was that? But yeah, he got himself a haul of Fatwood, man. He's been sending me pictures. Oh, look, I found even more. Oh, look, I found even more. And as you guys know, my luck when it comes to finding Fatwood is crap. So I'm just like, yeah, just keep showing me those pictures, buddy, friend, pal. He's cutting me deep here. You know? All hail the ale. Zach is here. In fact, I don't know what I have tonight. No, tonight it's a stout. It's a spicy stout, but I'm not going to show it off until... Well, we got enough guys around here to show it off. What do you guys have? I'll show mine if you guys show yours. I'm talking about the beer. What's everyone drinking? LT especially. What are you drinking? That man never lets me down. Tea is a good drink. What I'm having... This is a big freaking bottle. 750 mils? Jesus, if I drink all this tonight, I will just die. Riche, écorcé, couleur noire, amertume prononcée. Notre stout, puissante inspiration de la fosse à saumon, Blackwells, de la rivière Saint-Jean. La toge d'ébène d'Ibère. Man, why do... I'll tell you what, in this province, man, when you're writing a beer bottle, like a beer description, it's like purple prose is like the baseline you work from. You know? So what I'm having is, and I've never had this before, a Blackwell's Mocha Stout from the English Ale series, is it? English Style series by the Frontibus Microbrewery. Microbrasserie au Frontibus. Spicy beer, 5%, so it's a straight up standard. It's not showing. It's 750 ml, so I may not drink the whole thing. So what do we got? Everyone's saying hi to each other. If you have a chainsaw on a long day, I'll bring you to Fatwood World. I don't have the chainsaw yet. I almost bought one at Canadian Tire yesterday, but I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. Yes, of course I still have a picture of what you found tonight, but it's on my phone. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I can show this off for you. Paul's like, I got me some Fatwood. How come the picture is not? Come on. Let's open the freaking picture. There. Here we go. See that picture of the back of his truck? Is it showing up on, no, there. See all that Fatwood? That is what I would call a really good haul. Oh, whoops. Let's just get this back into, but yeah. So what I was going to say is, so yeah, it's a mocha stout by, where is Frontibus? Is this in like the Gas Bay or something? Yeah, I think so. Rivière au Renard, Fox River. I think that's out the Gaspé way, or fairly close at any rate. Archibald Charfleur white barley beer. Okay, LT, that's legit. Founder's breakfast stout. Yeah, man. Okay, I haven't had that, but I've heard some good stuff. Hold on. Hey, Hikes here. Hike with Mike. How's it going? Yes, that is a 750 ml beer bottle. I kind of didn't. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, Simon, that's the thing. It's like when you're reading a Quebecois beer bottle, you kind of have to put on this sort of like Radio Canada accent, you know? Outdoor, man. Already with the message retracted? Jeez. Yeah, that's a lot of Fatwood, right? Like with Mike, I'm on a diet, so I don't use Fatwood anymore. I switched to cedar. Cedar, by the way, is a really legit choice. I use cedar because I can't find enough Fatwood to, you know, whatevs. Okay, so I'm opening this. Is it the twist off? They call it a 40 ounce in the States. Isn't 40 ounces 1.15 liters, 1.13 something? I think that's more than 750, isn't it? You left the marginal stuff in the woods. Man, I can't believe the luck. That's a really nice haul, man. I'm looking for my official bottle opening knife. Because, you know, it just wouldn't be a night with Raindance if I hadn't misplaced something. Am I right? Oh, I'm right. I gotta work on just going pop, you know, and just making it go. First, us morons in the United States don't know metric. Okay. What's a chisel chain? What's a chisel chain? A liter's 32-ish ounces, okay. Serge, man. Jeez. That's like a dirty dad joke. Let's see what this looks like. Oh man, that's the color I like. That is the color that I like. Now, the question is, does the taste justify the silly purple prose? All right, everybody, chin chin. Oh. It's not as heavy as I thought it would be. When I saw that darkness, I had sort of this idea of like a Guinnessy, kind of like, you know how Guinness sits a little heavy on your tongue? Like just a little thicker? This is not. It's very kind of, it shimmers a little, which I was not expecting, but it's good. Like there's a little hint of spice there or something. And I definitely taste like there's a chocolatey coffee thing happening. Obviously it's a mocha stout. Yeah. Oh, am I going to drink 750 mils of beer tonight? On a work night? It's only 5%. Oh, it's good. Except it just has that little... How many of you guys have had Murphy's before? Like it's got a little Murphy's sort of a slightly oily aftertaste at the back of the throat. It's not unpleasant, but it's familiar because I haven't had Murphy's in a long time. Hey, Axe Junkies, what's up? Okay, so let me go back. Oh yeah, okay. So a chisel chain is a ripping chain. Okay. Oh, Serge and Outdoor, man. I'm gonna have to put you guys in opposite corners. Do Canadians like to drink beer warm like in England or cold? I don't know. Pretty cold, I guess. Nice to see nice to see the roosters here. Okay. Since oh, outdoor, that's the same question I have. I keep looking at the Husqvarna Carpenter's Axe just because I don't really have the budget for like the Grand Spurs or anything at this point, but the Huskies, they look good. They're cheaper. I mean, I know that the fit and finish is not up there with the excuse me, the fit and finish is not up there with the Grand Spurs at all, but the price is so good. And it's interesting that you brought up an axe question, because I'm trying not to belch here, guys, because I've got one for you guys as well. But hold on. And a scooch of whiskey. Yeah, I saw that Lee Valley is selling. I, by the way, have not yet been to the Lee Valley up in Laval, because I never have time to myself. So, Camille and I were at the grocery store tonight, picking up some barbecuables. We ended up not barbecuing because it got dark, because it took us forever. But while we were standing in line and paying for the stuff, I was thinking about something that didn't make it into the final cut of our camping video when we went to Yamaska. Was I was trying to teach her some axe skills, okay? And the axe length that I think I should have used was this guy here. I think I should have used something of this length. But here's the thing. While I'm teaching her axe skills, I don't want to use my Grand Spurs, right? If something, like, I've already twice now chipped the bit, and, you know, I've fixed it, but I don't want to be ruining this, you know? But something of this length and affordable as heck, just for while I'm teaching her the axe skills, I think would be a good a good way to go. Because her, I tried to teach her with her Wetterlings there, but it's still too big for her. Like after about 3 seconds, I was like, okay, no. But the theory that a longer axe is safer works for me, you know. So I don't want something shorter than the SFA. So I was thinking that, you know, maybe in spring or something, because we're getting a little late for taking a 7-year-old into the bush. Although it was really hot today, like holy crap hot. So I was thinking of getting something in that, like around 18 inches, but really on the affordable side. I was thinking maybe those Fiskars, but you know. So I don't know. What do you guys think? The reason I want to stick with a good wooden handle is because what I find, because as you guys know, I have one of those Fiskars Gerber monsters, and it really, like, there's a shock thing there. Like, it doesn't dull the shock the way a good piece of hickory or even ash does, you know. Hold on a second. Sandwich hasn't been to Lee Valley either. What's up with us, guys? Carpenter is not a bad word. My first summer job for 5 years was in carpentry. It's a good word. I miss those days sometimes. I was young, slim, in good shape. Interesting to women. It's like a whole different universe. Oh, Simone went to Lee Valley. Jeez. How was it? Outdoor, I think that'd actually be a little too big for spoon carving once you get down to the line. Like, once you're sort of getting down to the line. Probably pretty good for taking, you know, the log down to a billet size, though. Oh, it's over 2 pounds. Okay. Wow, a one-handed with 2 pounds. But you know what? My my grand's first carving axe isn't a whole lot. It's a pretty heavy axe, and it's straight up one-handed. You know what I would like? And Craig, you might actually have this somewhere in your magical vault. I would like to see one of these carpenter's axes being used for what they were designed to be used for. Like, was a carpenter's axe solely a log building thing, or were they used into the timber framing? Because I mean, I've seen some nice timber framing happening with axes, and you know the videos I'm talking about. Is that what a carpenter's axe was designed for? You know? Oh, somebody just sent me a photo. Oh, heck with Mike prefers more of a splitting. Hold on. Oh no, somebody just said something and everything went. Oh, LT, you got those titanium scissors. Nice. But yeah, that's the thing. You know, what Axe Junkies is saying. You know, the shorter an axe is, the more opportunity there is for popping yourself in the shin if you miss. So like what I do is with something even this length, fairly often I'll get down on my knees and use it so that if I miss, I'll go into the dirt instead of my leg, you know. And because I've never actually held one of these carpenter's axes, though now that there's a Lee Valley, I'll probably change that. I don't really know how. It's funny because I can hear 18 inches or 20 inches or 16 inches. But because inches are kind of not foreign, but it's not my comfort zone, I can't really visualize what 16 inches looks like. But I can visualize 12. Okay. I thought I could visualize. I think I can visualize 12. You know, it's a foot, and I sort of know what that is. But like, so you can say carpenter's axe has a 16-inch handle. I don't know if it does. You know, I know what a boy's axe does, and I know what an SFA and that thing. But you can say it has a 16 or a 14-inch or whatever handle, and I'll be like, okay, so that's somewhere between like this and this, right? I know what a 10-inch handle looks like because I have an axe with a 10-inch handle, right? And you guys have seen this one several times. So I know what a 10-inch handle looks like. Because of the 10-inch handle, I kind of know what a 12-inch handle was going to look like. You know? But so I don't know what I would use. Like, I'm assuming that a carpenter's axe would have to be fairly short to be handy while you're, you know, while you're doing carpentry. But I was doing carpentry in the 80s, right? So it was all power tools and a hammer and maybe a panel saw. So I don't know. I know I like the look of them, and I want to have one in my toolbox. You know? Oh, you were saying to have her use the shorter axe but compensate for safety with technique. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Paul. Paul's here. I missed you coming in. Sorry. Outdoor logs part-time? Jeez, you know what? One day I'm going to come to your place for a weekend, and we're going to shoot a video out in the woods, and we're going to do all the stuff that I never get to do. We're going to hew a beam. I'll buy a hewing axe on the way down. That's what we're going to do. Oh no. Okay. Hold on. Going back because it. Try marbles as a beater axe. Zach, I don't know where to find the marbles though. I keep looking for them while I'm in the big boxes, but I don't see them. Oh, Craig, you sold? You set the radius and you did a flat grind on it. Why? Council does a flat grind, don't they? Yard work, that's true. Oh, okay, outdoor, you got a broad hatchet, yeah. Ah, Craig, you yeah, wanted to help the guy out. Ah, that's cool. Yeah, Simo, you got a half hatchet. I wonder if it's about the same size. Okay, so they were for rough log building. Okay. Hewing axes? I have no idea, man. I keep finding. I hit up the axe junkies for advice on how much money I should be looking to spend on a head that's in good condition, and it's like the suggestions all came in between like 45 US and like a couple of $100. So what I think is I'm going to keep an eye out for something at around $100 that I don't care about rusty. I don't want a whole bunch of chips out of the blade. I'm just going to see if I can find something. Let the chips fall where they may. I know I want one. I want to hew a beam at least once in my life. I have a concept for my garage for when I finally get around to redoing the garage. I want to put a big freaking beam across one of the walls. Oh, okay, so you said it flat for carving. All right. Yeah, Simon, I think you're right. I should just have outdoor by my hewing axe and send it up, or take a bus across the border and have them send it to Plattsburgh or something. Yeah, I've seen Simon's half hatchet. It's a good big size, you know. I know what I would like for my big hewing axe. Like, there are certain head styles that I really like, but I don't feel that I can really be choosy about it, you know. Part of me would like to just buy one off of one of the guys at the Axe Junkies Facebook group, because it's a pretty good bunch of guys. By the way, any of you guys who are into axes, you should be hitting up that group. It's a really good source of information. And I mean, Craig, who's here, he's a big part of that. And as free as he is with information, it's more people like that. So, you know. Craig, you got some bigger? Send me some pics. I'll take a look. Oh. Hold on. A couple of guys have sent me some pictures here. So let me see if I can catch up with what's going on. Update about when I asked you guys last week about knives and flashlights for an army cadet. I sent the suggestions to my friend, and she's very grateful for the suggestions. She's gonna look at them all and pick out a knife and a. I suggested a headlamp because it works really well for me. Nice LT, good scissors. LT bought some titanium scissors. Or did you get those off of Amazon, by the way? So anyway, so I sent off all this info, and then I realized my stepsister is in the Royal Canadian Air Force. She works with cadets, and I don't know about this summer, but she has, like, her sort of specialty is running the Air Cadet Survival Camp on Vancouver Island in the summers. And what she said was that she thinks that a Leatherman is a good choice. Hold on. What? Outdoor what? I'm a right-hander. Craig, I'm right-handed, so I'm... Right? Interesting thing. Someone commented on my review of this axe, which I'm going to redo, by the way, because now I've had it for a bunch of years, and I feel now I can give a real good review. And also, I was trying out a bunch of editing techniques on my review, like at that time, that I don't like. I had just been watching, like, Battlestar Galactica, and so I was like, this doesn't work. But someone commented that I got the wrong handedness on this, and I don't think the guy was right. He said that as a right-handed person, I should have the flat part on this side and the curved part on this side for better carving, but that doesn't sound right to me at all, because see, right, there's the curve, there's the flat, because I'm chopping right up to the line, and so that's got to be giving me more control, right? And I especially think of that because, and the reason I'm asking this is because I thought I had this crap all figured out, and I talk to people about carving axes, so I need to be right about this. And when I'm carving, like, the small bits with this axe, the see how it's very slightly off center? That off-centeredness would be amazing if I was left-handed, because it goes off that way. And because it goes off that way more, I feel that it sort of skips off sometimes when I'm trying to chop up real close. So, I mean, Craig, you know a lot more about axes than I do. Flat on this side, curved on this side. I'm right-handed. Oh, I know everything's backwards, but I'm right-handed, and this is what I think is a right-handed axe, because it's flat on the left side. Am I wrong? And because that makes it like a hewing axe style, right? Like where it's flat on the side that you want to get to bite in, and curved on the other side, you know? Oh God, hold on. Hung right or left-handed, so I would say right-handed. Leatherman's Super Tool 300 all day long. I don't know what that is. You prefer the Surge? Well, I know what the Surge is, but I don't know what the Super Tool 300 is. 39 Camper. How's it going, mister? How's it going? Oh, this is so good. I'm going to finish this tonight, guys. I'm going to be regretting it. Because, you know, it's a 2-hour live stream, and about an hour and a half into it, I'm going to have to pee something fierce, right? Yeah, he's high priced but negotiates. You know what? When I get a little scratch together, you and I are going to have some conversations, man. Paul, I was just saying that I passed on everyone's knife and flashlight suggestions to the mother of the Army cadet last week. Were you there for that conversation? Okay, so Axe Junkies, I'm right. Okay. Oh, and Simon is... Hey, it's beer. 39, it's a mocha stout. It's a mocha stout. It's a 5%, which is straight up standard strength. And it's 750 mils. Which, what did you guys say that was in Freedom? I was listening to the Jack Mountain podcast today. How many of you guys listen to podcasts, first of all? Zach, you sent Marble's link to my email. Okay, good. I saw something pop up on my screen, but I didn't know. Oh, 39, man. Up here in Quebec, so many companies make beer in the 750 ml size. It's a local microbrewery. Joe Rogan, yeah, okay. Yeah, I've sampled the Joe Rogan podcast, but okay. The Jack Mountain podcast is he runs like a guiding school and a bushcraft school in Maine, upper Maine somewhere. Like 9 months of the year, you know, he's out in the bush. And it's funny because being a bushcrafter in Maine, he has much truck with Canadians. Like he's done a lot of, and his team has done a lot of canoe camping trips, you know, up around the Gas Bay and Ontario, and they got some buddies in Alberta and stuff. And so what he was talking about today was like the temperature, like because they're coming to the end of their season now at the school, and so they're all going to be packing up and going back to civilization. And he said, you know, like when they opened for this season, it was like 2 degrees Fahrenheit, and there was like 4 feet of snow on the ground while they were trying to open the camp. And he said that they've come full circle, and now it's like 20 degrees. And he said it's 20 degrees freedom, not Canadian, which I thought was the funniest thing. And I'm going to work into my discourse in some way, and I'll footnote it. And so next time I'm giving a temperature, you know, if I say it's, you know, 40 degrees Canadian, what is 40 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? Is that like 101? So I'd say it's 40 degrees Canadian or 101 freedom, because I think that would make me really cool. Anything that makes me really cool is fine by me. Podcasts do not seem so 2010. What? Serge, come on, man. You're cutting me deep here. I love me some podcasts. Podcasts are what make my drive to work bearable. Bearable. Bobby Lee's Tiger Belly podcast. I'll take a look. Double it and add 32. Okay. Okay. Those with flags on the moon. Okay, so 112. I don't know. Paul wins. A 256k MP3 player. But yeah, I listen to a lot of bushcraft podcasts. I listen to the Paul Kirtley podcast. He interviews some really interesting guys, well, people. It's not all guys. Yeah, Simo, I'm with you. I've come since our first EDC video that we did together. Every time I look at Leatherman and stuff like that, I look for the tools on the outside of the handle. I think it's a much better way to do it. Excuse me. And I look for a knife that opens up and will cut down to the counter instead of being up here. By the way, Zach, that Enzo knife that you linked me to in my email, I also suggested that to her, and in fact, that's the one I would probably buy if I was in her case. Where the hell's Hero Outdoors, man? So they sell them the marbles. They're affordable as hell, eh? Makes me sad to see all these brands that used to be really hot sort of, being more on the man, these marbles handle shapes are really weird, man. The number 9 belt axe still seems to have that 3 circle thing happening with the oh, they still got a safety axe too. Interesting. Okay, I'll take a deeper look at these. Where the hell's Hero Outdoors? Free shipping, free Canadian shipping on orders over $200. Damn. Canadian Outdoor Equipment Company does free shipping on orders over $50. But still. Where are we? Jeez. Leatherman Leap? Funny how I had job security for the plant. That is a good point. That's a good point. But like, I wish, it's a terrible thing to say, but I wish some of those really good old North American companies were still pounding out axes and putting out good quality axes. Like, I have a True Temper wheelbarrow. I don't have a True Temper axe. I have a True Temper wheelbarrow. And it's not that great. I wish that, like, Plum and all these grand old companies were, I guess I wish we were still the type of society that would allow those companies to still exist, It's like we've given up all the skill, all the woodsman's skills to power tools. Because there is an unbroken line between the advent of the chainsaw and the demise of most of the axe manufacturers. That's what took Sweden from like 80 manufacturers down to 3. And by the way, Gransfors was also bankrupt at one point. There are a lot of grand old North American names. And I mean, you guys know I'm going to say Walters because it's my jam. But ask Craig about some good American brands. I mean, some of these names are like near legendary, And, yeah, Collins Plum. You know, Sager. Okay, Sager. But it's too bad that these guys aren't there pounding out axes anymore. You know, and Snow and Neely, I don't know if they're still doing axes the way they used to. I know that they were making them overseas, and apparently they're back to American. But you see, the thing is, legally, to say something is made in America or made in Canada, it doesn't have to be completely made there. Perfect example is the Swiss-made watch. Okay, Swiss-made can mean, and in fact it most often does, assembled. So you can buy it, you can spend big money on a Swiss-made watch. That's all Chinese manufactured parts assembled in Switzerland. You know, the laws around made in blah are very lax. So I don't know if Snow and Neely is being like forged in the States. Even if they are they being drop forged? Are they being cast? I don't freaking know. I know what I respect in terms of old world, well, old-fashioned axe making, and I know what I wish we were still getting, but you know, and you guys are gonna say, Liam Hoffman, dude, something that isn't unaffordable. He's not unaffordable. In fact, for what you're getting, the prices are pretty bloody reasonable. You know, a two-man shop pounding out that many axes, that's exactly the kind of thing that I like to support. But you know what I'm saying, you know? Hey, Anthony's here. Hold on, I'm scrolling back to see what I missed. Jeez, Anthony hasn't even been here that long and he retracts a message. Oh yeah, that little shop of hammocks. Yeah. Wait. Oh, they're shipping them back for... Come on, man. They sent you an email to tell you they're sending it back instead of, hey, what's your apartment number? That's some dark stuff, man. Oh. Okay, so Craig can flip it open for one-handed pliers. You know, Simone, I actually, on my Leatherman, I use them about equal. I use the pliers and the knife about equally. Yeah, Craig, you're right. Natural gas, coal. People moving into cities. Yeah, True Temper doesn't even make axes anymore, do they? Yeah, outdoor man. It sounds to me like you live in paradise sometimes. Zach, I agree. I don't know, like, because the whole story about the Sager chemical is that no one knows what it is and all that stuff. It could just be a bunch of marketing stuff for all I know. But I'm really curious about it, you know? From Wilkinson Steel to, yeah. Yes, everyone would love to own a Sager chemical. Oh yeah, Paul, I can see why you're pissed off. Holy crap, man. I can't believe it. Especially because it's not like they couldn't email you to find out what your apartment number was. Hey Scott, you drinking beer tonight? He said, filling up his pint glass. Funny thing about this pint glass, it's an American pint glass, so it's a little smaller than I'm used to. Oh, geez, look at that. Okay, is that how it's gonna be? The home of the Little League World Series. That's got to be a baseball thing. Little League, right? Is that a baseball? Well, that's the thing, right, Paul? I mean, it's not like they couldn't track you down. Good old Canada Post. I've been keeping it pretty. I've been keeping the burp count pretty down, pretty low, pretty. You know what I'm saying? Hasn't been a whole lot. I'm trying to behave myself. Baseball, yeah. I'm gonna put some of these back on the wall. It's funny, I've had this axe for a long time now, and it still gives me the fizz. Yeah, still does it for me. AS, by the way. I think most of them are AS. I don't remember what AS stands for, but I used to know it by heart. I used to know like 6 of them. Oh, come on, fool. There we go. Toronto Blacksmith gives an axe making class that part of me would like to take. I broke the seal. Sorry, guys. Oh, you got a vintage Collins Hudson's Bay. I still don't have a Hudson's Bay. I still don't. I want to add one to the toolkit, you know? Yes, one. Okay, guys. Scott, you're drinking beer. What'd you have? Yeah. What are you having? Just don't say like PBR or something. Allagash White. Okay. Legit. Yeah, Craig, he takes what, it's 10 people per class, right? Yeah, I think that would be cool. But I mean, I have to go to Toronto. It's a 5-hour drive away. I have to sleep somewhere while I'm in Toronto. Gotta find 9 friends to... the Toronto Blacksmith classes, I don't remember. It's like a few $100 or something. Hold on, I'll take a look. Toronto Blacksmith. He makes some nice freaking axes. I was all about getting, saving up for a Liam Hoffman. But when I saw the axe that Toronto Blacksmith made for Sean James, I was like, I want that. Classes. Group Axe Workshop. The course fee is $275 Canadian plus HST. Taking the class with a buddy, use the code TSD at checkout for a 2-student discount of $20 off when you buy 2 classes at the same time. He doesn't have his 2000. Can I start that again? He doesn't have his 2019 dates up yet. 2019 is not going to be my year anyway, because the missus will be on mat leave and then I will be on pat leave. So at any given time over the next 12 months, well, between December and December, someone's making 50% of their income. Yeah, Outdoor, you don't like the head shape, eh? I feel that it's not a head shape that I, in theory, like, but I want to get one so that I can try it out. Because I'm a guy who has a lot of theories going around in his head, but I like to test them. I like to see if I'm right or wrong, because I run about 60-40. I mean, I'm right fairly often, but not often enough to just, I have a theory, so it's true, Send it alongside the hewing axes. One Hudson's Bay that I would love to have is the one that Wetterlings made for the Hudson's Bay Company. But the amount of money they cost, because they're all collectible, I'm not a collector. You know, I don't need my stuff to remain. This is why I'm not saving up for a black raven. Because if I had a black raven, I would stick it in a log, because that's what a tree is for. You stick it in wood until the wood is in pieces. You know, I don't collect. You know, none of my knives are pristine because they all get used, you know, for something. Whether it's, you know, as a backup knife, this one, you know, opening boxes and stuff for this one. Like, I don't baby my stuff. So I'm not going to spend like $350 on this Wetterlings Hudson's Bay just because it's got the Hudson's Bay colors on the handle, you know. But it's one I would kind of like to have because that's straight up Canadiana, you know. Yeah. And I would love to have a Norland one. But these are not Hudson's Bays that you buy to try out the Hudson's Bay pattern. These are Hudson's Bays you buy to treat yourself, you know? And to me, I would like to try Hudson's Bay pattern. If I like it, then I'll start squirreling money away for a Norland or something, you know? Yeah, Craig, I've heard that Paul is a good teacher. I'd love to learn. But for all the big ticket stuff, I'm aiming more for 2019 when everyone's, you know, working full steam. Where's Renovo? I'll have to keep score. Serge, I will hold you to that. A vintage Snow Annealing? I would have just stolen it, man. I would have grabbed it off the wall and run like the wind. Or I would have walked in with a new Snow Annealing and said, can we do a little swap? These guys don't know what they have on their walls, you know. They just don't know. And it hurts me to see an axe held prisoner like that, stuck on the wall of a Cracker Barrel. Renovo is in north central PA. Let me just Google map that. Maps.google.com. What do you mean you can't find the server? What is up with that? Okay, let me just do google.com. Sorry, google.ca. Sorry. Google.ca. Maps. Where are you? Maps. There we go. Maps. So directions from. No. Home to Renovo. Directions. No. Renovo, PA, USA. Let's see how long that drive is. Well, it's an 8-hour drive via the I-81, whatever that is. Oh, that's the one that I just head straight down and cross in whatever is La Colla or something, right? Ooh, that road has tolls. I would not take that, especially because for 1 minute more, I can avoid. No, that route has tolls as well. What is up with the tolls? Okay, so that's if I go along. Oh, no, that's not the highway I thought it was. It was the I-87 I was thinking of. Okay, so I leave Montreal, I go down through Cornwall, which is one of my least favorite towns. Turn off, I was going to say just before Kingston, but not really. And there's your I-81. Go down through Syracuse to Renova, Pennsylvania. I have literally never been to Pennsylvania. But one day I'm going to do it. One day soon I'm going to do it, man. Hold on, going back. DNS. Am I dropping? You're in Maine for the last week and a half. Picked up 3 more nice old snowy Neely heads and a Walter's hatchet. I gotta get me to Maine. All right, Paul. See you later. All right, see you next Tuesday. Yeah, Scott, that's a hell of a score. Which video is this? Oh yeah, the $50 portable sawmill. Yeah, you sent that to me. It's funny. You sent me that video, was it last week? And like 3 people sent me this video like on the same day. In fact, you sent it to me on the 30th of September when it went up, didn't you? Excuse me. Oh no. That is not what I meant to do. Damn it. I gotta wait for everything to come back up. There we go. Oh no. Where am I in the conversation? Okay. Oh, yeah, Cornwall. The reason I'll tell you why I hate Cornwall in a minute. Yeah, maybe next year. Next year's going to be tough for me outdoor because of baby number 2 and Matt leave and Pat leave, but, you know. Oh, you got the LL Bean Hudson Bay. That also I would love to try that out. Cornwall is Celtic for cousin's wedding. Yeah, Scott, you're killing us here, man. Yeah, the reason I don't like Cornwall is because about 10 years ago now, we got hired to do a St. Patrick's gig at a bar, an Irish bar in Cornwall called something. By the time we showed up, the bar had changed names to Einstein's. Whatevs. We unpack, we get there. We're giving her, man. We're just giving her. We're doing everything we can, and we're like landing like what's it called? Flying like a lead balloon, going over like a lead. We're not doing well, you know. Like we're just playing, man, and it's full of these 20-something kids. It's just not, you know. In fact, the Mando / fiddle player is singing, and a girl sort of says to him, "Can you just stop? I mean, the music's not bad, but I'm just not really enjoying it." Like while he's singing into the mic, and so finally the gig is over, and we're packing up, and the DJ comes up, comes up to the turntable and says, "What up, Cornwall?" And just boom, bam, boom, bam, like this like heavy dance music, and the whole place just goes boom, and it was like, oh. Okay, because it turned out that the Irish bar was being redone upstairs, so they just moved us to the downstairs bar. But what had happened was, St. Paddy's or no, all the Irish bar patrons stayed away from a dance bar, but we didn't know what the hell we were walking into. So I don't like Cornwall. But in the Schadenfreude category, that bar went bankrupt not long after. Not because of us. but I'm still not sorry about it. What, Outdoor, where are you going, man? All right, have a good... You're hurting my feelings here, but that's okay. All right. Yeah, I checked out Brent and Cochrane. I took a quick look. The thing is that there are so many funky axe companies to check out now, you know? It's like you could go bankrupt buying all the cool, unique little... Not even unique, really. But, you know? Why is LL Bean selling a Hudson's Bay blanket and calling it a Revival Stripe blanket? I don't think that's on. I don't think that's cricket. Do you understand me? It's not cricket. Alright, Outdoor. Speak to you later. Just keep sending me pictures of all that beautiful fat wood you've been finding lately. Where was I? The thing about the Brent and Cochrane, am I pronouncing that right? Brent and Cochrane? They're the ones that make the, what's it called? The Allegheny Cruiser? No. I'm just going to look them up. Allagash, is it? Oops. Making the Allagash Cruiser, yeah. Here's what I don't like about this company, okay? When they weren't even out yet, I read something about them coming out, because they do a lot of restored vintage stuff as well, right? And the owner or whatever, co-owner or thing, went out of his way to say that, you know, this isn't just another hipster axe. These are meant to be used. And yet this one comes in a special wooden box and it's $250 US. Which to me is the epitome of a hipster axe, because if it comes in a fancy wooden box, a large segment of the buying public who are supporting you are going to put it on the wall. This is the same problem that like Best Made presents, right? And what's the other one? The one from another sort of Best Made style. And you know, Basecamp X has this sort of issue as well, that they throw all this time into really painting up the handles really nice and everything. And man, half the people buying these things aren't taking them to the woods because they cost a lot, and the paint jobs are sweet, so they just boop, put it over the fireplace, you know. Oh, is Axe Junkies out of here? Alright, see you later, Craig. See you guys next time. Hold on. Benchmade 200 Puko? What? Why is Benchmade making a Puko? Oh, really? That's not even a Puko blade shape, though. It's kind of a Puko handle. No. No way. No, that's not going to happen. You know, and it's funny because I don't think this is a bad knife design, but because they have the audacity to call this a Puko, I'm automatically not going to buy it. Which is ridiculous. Oh, come on, allergies. That's not a Puko. Yeah, Allagash Cruiser. Yeah, you know. Yeah, Axe Junkies. You're right. It's sort of a, that's one of the hallmarks of capitalism and everything, but there are only so many $250 axes I can buy, kind of thing. And as someone who wants to use everything he buys, the fancy paint job isn't really a selling point to me. I like a bare wooden handle with a nice laser or engraved or just, you know, pressed scroll mark on it. Basic as hell. Maybe a little paint down at the bottom, you know, like a little yellow bottom or something, but that's the end. Like really fancy paint jobs just don't interest me because, you know, it's just going to get into the woods and get full of muck anyway, you know? Yeah, the Allagash Cruiser. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Look at the price. And they look really sweet. They do. You know, it's just straight up main pattern, right? I didn't. Yeah. And they stamped the. Huh. Please note, due to current high demand, shipment of your Allagash Cruiser will take 4 to 6 weeks from order. Well, good on them, because no matter what I may feel about this axe, I love hearing about a small company doing well. I like that. That makes me happy. Yeah, no, you're right, Craig. Absolutely. That he looks like crap, but he says that. Oh no, my signal's gone. Shit. I don't know if my signal's actually gone. It's just poor. Have I disappeared? No. Give me 1 second, guys. Am I back online? No, I'm offline. Stream resumed. Stream not resumed. I don't know. I don't get it. I am back online? And offline and online. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. Because my computer says that I'm still off. Or that my signal is very, very weak. I have no idea. I gotta solve this signal issue somehow. Somehow. But yeah. Canids? So what do you guys think? Do I try to take up the bow drill this next summer? Simo, I don't know. I thought that it was like maybe the missus is starting the Netflix up or something, but I'm not hearing any Netflix. I don't know what's going on. I think I've got an Airport Express out there that I'm using as a... Not gonna do it. I've got an Airport Express out there that I'm using as a signal extender for the router upstairs, and it clocks out sometimes. It just goes. So I think I'm gonna have to replace that. I'm not sure what to replace it with though. You know. Canada's beer reviews. tell you what, I'm reviewing this one as an epic win. So good. So good. So tired. I actually shot a video this weekend, and I was going to try and put it up last night, and I fell asleep at 10. It was just a short video, and it kind of went off the rails, so I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but maybe. I'll watch the footage, see if there's anything salvageable there. You know? I just don't know. You know, Seth, once the garage is up, I'm going to put the sweetest installation in there you can imagine, because I'm going to do all my shooting in there. Like, all my indoor shooting in there. I'm going to get some lights. Yeah. It's going to be good. Anthony, I did not have turkey for Thanksgiving. I had chicken. Here's the deal. For some reason, my family didn't decide to do a big Thanksgiving supper for once. My mom went to my sister's place and they spent all day cooking, and then they did a Thanksgiving ham or some damn thing, which we were not invited to. And so we're like, okay then. But then Camille said she wanted to have a Thanksgiving feast. And she was like, and you can't have a feast with just the three of us, Mom and Dad. So we invited my mom over. Because I had invited her the night before, but she's like, well, I'm going to be at your sister's cooking all day. And, you know. So, okay, we'll do a feast then. Can we pull this off? Yeah. I'll do the cooking while you take her to karate. Okay, gone. So I took this girl to karate. And the wife put the feast together, and Camille had said, but we'd said, look, there's not going to be any turkey. There aren't enough people here to eat a whole turkey, so we'll get a chicken. And Camille said, okay, but it has to be a chicken on a plate surrounded by little potatoes. Okay, so that's what her mother did while we were at karate. But yeah, and, you know, veggies and stuff. It ended up being a really good supper, and we had a good time. But it was very impromptu. Dictated by the daughter, who said that she wanted to have a Thanksgiving feast. I don't know where she got that word, you know. But there it is. Things you do for that daughter unit. Damn it. Did you do the turkey thing, Anthony? Oh, Serge, you had a duck. Yeah, I've done that before. One Christmas we had a goose. I was like, you know, we're going to go European this year. We're going to have a goose. And my mom was like, are you kidding me? But yeah, so we had a goose that year. Goose is tough to do. You really got to drain it, man, because it gets greasy. One year we had partridges. My mom said never again, because they looked like babies when she was trying to prepare them for cooking. Fun stuff. But yeah, so we ended up having Thanksgiving supper, even though we weren't planning to. Sales, was that a brome duck? No, did you hunt that duck? So I thought I was going to be going hunting this year. I haven't been in like 3 years. But I don't know, there's something weird happening with the terrain we're supposed to use. So now I don't know. I don't know. See, Mama, you have both in the garage, really? Not just downstairs? The thing is, Serge, I can't stick like an Ethernet cable into my phone, right? I have this plan to start using my my Canon for these live streams, because the picture quality will be better. I can like zoom in and out. The software part of it is a lot more complex, and I haven't had time to really look into that. And I have to buy a power adapter for the camera, which I will do. But yeah, I'm gonna look into live streaming with an actual camera. The picture. Oh, guys, at least someone is still here who's been asking about this. Right? The workbench. There's been progress, my friends. Got some tenons. That's where the well is going to be. I've got a piece of like a flat piece for the well between the two tops. Gonna double wedge the tenons. I got all the tenons cut now, except for the two front, like the front and back stringer. But all the side stringers are done. Very slowly but surely, this thing is happening. Very slowly but surely. When this is done, I'm going to do an episode on it. I'm very excited. When I'm not feeling kind of dejected and defeated by the whole thing. You know. Because, you know, I can't wait. Sash, did you retract a message? Zach, have you seen the... Yes, I have. The Fallout 76? Yes, I have. You know what really pisses me off about that? Two things. First of all, the important one is my computer won't run it. I'm sure it won't run it. It runs Fallout 4 just fine, but I don't get, like... I am running a late 2013 MacBook. Okay? So it's way outclassed by all the games that are out right now. I mean, it runs fine. You know, I clock it into Windows and I can run all my games, but even Mass Effect Andromeda has not been... Oh, there I go. There I go. That was a legit number 2. That one kind of hurt because I was trying not to do it. Kind of... You know when you have a burp that kind of feels like it's tearing your throat out? Whew. Okay. Oh, LT. All right. À la prochaine. But yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be able to run Fallout 76. I'm also not sure if... What I liked best about Fallout was the boy and his dog aspect. You may not be old enough to remember that movie. But that movie very much influenced Fallout 3, for instance. And Fallout 76 just sort of throws out a lot of what I like about Fallout. But I know that next year, when I get a computer, I'm going to buy that game anyway. Hopefully soon enough after release that people are still playing, you know? Yeah, it sounds, but I felt it. Holy crap. I was like, what's all about localized? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna, once I set up that garage, my workshop and my filming spot, I'm gonna work hard at getting it like sweet in there, in terms of internet as well as in terms of everything else. Just taking a look what we're saying here. You know, for a guy who's an axe guy, I have a crap load of knives. This is a cool Mora. I should have suggested this. That's gotta be like a 3.5 inch blade. I got small hands, and it doesn't, that's a good Mora. It's a weird blade shape for a Mora, but it works. Another one of those. It ain't exactly outdoor daubers, but I wonder how long that blade is. Good old cold steel, eh? They don't really... But anyway. Yeah, I've ended up with way more knives than I thought I would have. You know? Like a lot more. Serge, what I'm going to have is I'm hiring someone to lay the floor. And I'm going to see what I can do. Like, I may have someone lay the floor and the concrete pad and then put some studs and stuff. And then what I'll do is I'll just do the wall, run some electrics. I won't connect them. I'll run them and I'll have an electrician come vet the work and do the connection kind of thing. You know? Console. Yeah, I'm too old for a console. I like to game with a keyboard and a mouse, you know? Yeah, Simon, when I get around to actually doing it, I'll give you a call and you know, pick your brain about it. And yeah, Serge hit on something. The biggest thing is that this computer is choking on my videos now, you know? Like, some of them, the second one I did with Simon, I'm dying to get out, but I can't get it done. Because as, you know, whenever Simon and I do a video together, it's like an hour long. And it's just like, I don't know, you know? Yeah, yard work. I was going to buy a new computer at the end of this year. I'm very excited to have this. I'm going to clean it up. I'm really jazzed about this. I can already tell you where that is doesn't work. It's no good. That hole right there with the lanyard should be there. That's the wrong place for it. I mean, I've got small hands and it bugs me. I can hardly imagine someone with bigger hands, you know? Yeah, I'm very jazzed about that. Fellkniven. Why not ask old friends to help you fix the grass? Oh no, did I drop out again? Shite, hold on. The phone says I'm sending signal out A-OK. The computer says video output low. I don't know. I don't know what. I just don't know. The 2009 Mac Mini is now a dumb terminal. Really? Oh man, I wish I was actually online so I could ask about that. Oh, I might be online again. I might be online again. Let's test that hypothesis. Simon, what are you using your Mac Mini as a dumb terminal for? I'm back online. Okay, good. Good. It's good to be online. So what I said before dropping offline was that I'm very excited to have this knife because it was a bucket list knife, as anyone who's watched my channel a lot knows. But that right there, where that hole is a piss off, even for a guy like me with little hands. That hole right there, doing this one, that hole right there should be like there. I don't know why they did that. I don't get it. Just kidding. This is a laminated blade, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna polish it up at some point when I can find my my mouse pad. When I can find my mouse pad. Yeah, I'm happy to have this. That was a bucket list knife. It's thanks to one of you guys that I got it. That was an evil little laugh. Boom, 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 boom. 39, I'll have you know that YouTube made me have to approve that message, probably because of the foul language. YouTube is very puritanical. So yeah, Simon, what are you using your 2009 Mac Mini as a dumb terminal for? Are you using it like as, like, do you have a media server set up or something? Oh, you watched the reboot? I have not. There's no way. I'm not going to do it. No way. It's Simone, but I have a real phobia of electricity. Ever since I got blown off a ladder back in like 87 on a job site. Yeah, but 39, a paramedic is not a... It's kind of a cool job. I mean, I'm way too squeamish to do it. But I used to know a guy who ran an ambulance company here in Montreal. And I mean, he had some stories to tell. And I'm pretty damn sure you've got some stories to tell. I still haven't gotten out into the forest to use this thing. It's like, why did I even buy it? Well, I know why I bought it, but I thought I was going to be getting out there and doing stuff this summer. Like, that still looks way too pristine. I mean, I like a knife to be in good condition, but I like it to be used, you know? I like it to show some love. Yeah, I got blown off a ladder. It was, oh, it's embarrassing. But it really sort of made me respect electricity. Yeah, the floor I'm going to have to hire, because that's going to be a big job. It's probably going to cost me a mint. But once it's done, everything else is doable, you know? Oh, really? Serge? Nice. You're wiring up that shed in the back, eh? Yeah, 39. That's a good point. Wait, Zach, you have a Commodore 64? You know what's hilarious about that? I was just reminiscing this morning because my first computer was a VIC-20. Okay? By the time I got it, it was already pretty passé. And I had to write all my games, and I had a little tape drive. But like, if you want, you know, when you bought games, they came a book with all the code in it, and you know, sometimes a tape, I guess. But I was just reminiscing today about games that I played on the Commodore 64 back in the day. Like, you know, when 8-bit was not kind of a funny little thing. That's what games were, you know? So it's funny that you mentioned a 64 like today. Yeah, I have good memories of a Commodore 64. That was my first real computing experience. It was at a friend's place because there's no way we could afford one, you know? Yeah, Simone and Serge, here's what we're talking about. Before you guys go getting excited about fixing up my floor, we have to knock out every few of the cinder blocks. Because what we need is for the floor and the wall to lock together. Because that's how I can keep the walls from no longer shifting without putting a foundation. Because the thing is, I can't afford to put in a foundation. I can't even really afford to put the damn floor down, but it's a whole lot more affordable to kick out a few blocks and put the floor down. My dream is that once the floor is in, you know, I'll put up some, you know, some studs, right? maybe spray in some insulation, cover it up. Ideally, I would get a whole bunch of pallets and just use pallet wood, but it'll take me months to find that many pallets. And then use conduit and electrical boxes, just on the wall, you know, sticking out from the wall, and like switches and stuff. Be real obvious about it, because I kind of like that industrial look. Maybe lay in a dust extraction system, because let's face it, it's not hard to do, but it's going to take time. The floor has to be done before I do anything else, you know? Yeah, you guys are both better with the whole electricity thing than I am. Austin's Corner. What are you drinking tonight, Mr. Austin? Mr. Corner? Corner. Austin's Corner. Glug. Now that's a microbrew. It even leaves silt in the bottom of the glass. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. A white girl water. I'll tell you what, that brings a whole bunch of things to my mind. I don't know if it's quite the same thing as you mean. The power of whittling. It's like doodling with wood. Wow, this knife came sharp, guys. Yeah, I'm very jazzed to have this. I'm as happy as a pig in stuff, as my mother would say. Doesn't really say stuff. Oh, La Croix. Oh wait, no, you don't pronounce it like La Croix, do you? Down there. How do you pronounce? Is that like La Croix or something? Just going on the Delacroix in that film, Dead Man Walking, a true classic of the genre. Dead Man Walking. LaCroix, yeah. White girl water. Is that really what like the nickname or whatever of LaCroix is? Well, Austin, what you've missed is I spoke about axes, I spoke about knives, I spoke about my beer. I did have a couple of sips of tea. Just like that. I said thank you to the guys for the suggestions they made during the last live stream for knives and flashlights / headlamps for an army cadet. What else did we talk about? What else did we talk about? Spoke a little bit about my Falkneven, which, just in case I didn't say often enough, I'm very glad to have, since it's a long time I've wanted one of those. Oh, walnut for axe wedges. There's a wax edge, right? There's an axe wedge I completely failed to make. Got this little thing. I don't remember what this wood is called. It's like it's something Brazilian, but I'm thinking for hammer wedges, because I've got some hammers to restore here. And hold on, I'm coming right back. I'm looking for something. It's like exactly the right size. This is called Ipe, aka poor man's teak. This wood is so dense that if you drop it in a barrel of water, it'll sink. It weighs a ton. I made a bucksaw out of Ipe once. It's in my garage. I didn't do it right. Haven't had time to go back to it and fix it yet. But sorry guys. But yeah, I'm gonna use this for something. I wish it was a little wider, because then I would just make a whole bunch of axe wedges out of it. But here's a piece of cedar for no reason. I got me some plans. This I can probably salvage with my belt sander. Just, you know, and hope to hell it doesn't. You know, anyone who's had a belt sander knows what I'm talking about. If you're getting a new gaming rig, you might send Franken PC over to me. What's in Franken PC? Just out of curiosity. You're licensed electrician? I didn't know that. Just rambling as usual. What you talking about? Oh, you got some more Skidwood. Nice. $5 Tuesday movie night. What did you see? We saw Littlefoot yesterday. You know what I was excited about seeing Littlefoot? Because I have not been to a movie with my family in months. So it was nice to do something with the three of us. I was happy as a pig in stuff. It's not stuff when my mother says it. It's another S word. One that you cannot say on American prime time. Though you can say on Canadian prime time. I wish they wouldn't throw all this varnish on these handles. I mean, I know why they do it. I just wish they wouldn't. You know? It's one of the reasons I like sending money to East Coast Lumberjack. I mean, aside from the fact that he really makes good handles, it's the fact that he doesn't freaking varnish them. Do you know that of which I speak, my friends? Hey, speaking of friends, where's Dish Outdoors tonight? What's going on, man? We got a couple of people missing. Mike Morton's not here. Although he might be drowning his sorrows because Joe Robinette's moved further north or something. I was wondering about that. I mean, those guys are buddies. If I had a buddy who was moving far away, I'd be pretty sad about it. When my fiddler Peter left, man, I bawled like a baby. I mean, granted, he was moving all the way to Calgary, not just a few more hours north, but I don't know, you know? I just don't know. Anything below 60 volts. Peppermint? What was it about? Oh! I don't believe it. I just said, where's Dish Outdoors? That's freaking hilarious. I was just boring the guys with my usual rambling. I don't know why they hang out here. And I'm trying to get the varnish off the head of this little hammer handle. Which I'm going to put a hammer head on. The tool, not the shark. Why did I say that? What a stupid thing to say. Did you guys hear that? Never mind. I think we might be seeing some more videos from Scrambled O pretty soon. He went and got married and he went on honeymoon and blah 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 blah. But I think he's setting up to to get some videos going again, which is good, because I miss that guy. Camille also misses that guy. He's her favorite bushcrafter. I'm like, I'm your favorite bushcrafter. Nope. Scrambled out. Scrambled out. I will do more of that when I haven't just drunk 750 mils of beer. Vigilante justice. Good old vigilante justice. I've moved on from the beer to tea. I may not get any sleep tonight. What was I about to say? Guys, what was I about to say? What was I about to say? Sorry, I found a little blob of varnish that has to come off of this thing. Yeah, I do wish they wouldn't varnish them. I know, protection while in transit, blah, 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 but, oops. Sorry. Oh, Zach, you bought your first handgun yesterday. For the longest time, I wanted a CZ75B, the stainless with the rubber handles. But it's very complex here in Quebec. You know, in Ontario, you don't have to be a member of a shooting club to own a handgun. You just have to be planning to join one within the next year. In Quebec, you have to show them which shooting club you're part of. And the one I would want to go to, because it does rifle as well as pistol, so I could, you know, practice with my hunting rifles, it's like $475 a year. So I just, you know what, because I'm licensed for restricted, because I wanted to get into like 3-gun shooting and stuff, like competitive shooting. But it's just, it's not worth the money. Because, you know, buying an AR and a handgun, then there's like, after taxes, $500 a year, just so you have a place to handle it and shoot it. It's like, no freaking way. But cool. I've heard a lot about those Toka reps. Where did you buy it? Like, did you go to what's that place in Ontario called? What's that place in Ontario called? It's sort of near Ottawa. It's got a guy's name. $250. Is it like is that what you spent? $250 on it, or is that how much it costs for you to be in a shooting club? Like, I don't know if you have to be in a shooting club out there to buy restricted. But like, yeah, here in Quebec, they don't like they don't sort of take your word for it that you're about to join a club. You have to literally show them the paper, you know. Because I know guys in Ontario who've been like, well, yeah, I just told them where I was going to be. Because we also have a whole bunch of weird restrictions on where you can transport, you know, where and how you can transport any firearms in Quebec that are way more stringent than Ontario or, I assume, Newfoundland. You know? But as I said, I haven't been hunting in like 3 years, so I haven't even taken my boomstick out of its case, you know, out of its Marstar. Okay, yep. Marstar does a lot of business with Chinese stuff. They do a clone of an M14 I'm trying to remember which company it is, but they sell it at Marstar. Yeah, I'd be interested to hear how you're enjoying that handgun. As someone who probably won't be buying one, licensed though he may be. Oh, that's where all the razor blades went. Another one of those. Oh, Serge, hold on. Give me 1 second, Serge. Serge. Is this the wedge you brought? Now that I've opened this one? Because I found this one in a box over there. I didn't recognize it, and I thought maybe... Oh, no, it's not, because this one came... Yeah, no, never mind. This one came with the East Coast Lumberjack handle. Okay. Well, which tells you how much further down I have to cut that, eh? Yeah. I can't wait to get that business going. That axe stuff. Ow. Norinco, yeah. Norinco, yeah. Yeah, Allison, I'm with you. Weather here, we've had some very rainy weather. We had some storms. Today it started raining, but man, by the time you got to the end of the day, it was like, with the humidex or whatever, it was like 32 degrees. 32 Canadian degrees, not American. But apparently tonight we're up for storms, and then it's going to be raining for the next 2 days. Aside from today, the temperatures have been going down. It's a good, yesterday was a nice fall day. It was cool, a little cloudier than I would have liked, but, Lee Enfield number 4 Mark 1 at Marstar? Gosh. Okay. Whew. Yeah. More, says Robin. Robin's the one who's helping me build this bench, this here bench. I was just showing them off about 10 minutes ago. Serge, no, yours was small. Your what? That is you. They had a rule here in Michigan where you have to buy a small game license before you can buy a deer tag. Interesting. Austin's Corner, you Canadians are lucky to be able to get that Chinese stuff. No can do down here. We also used to be able to get the CZ75 before you guys could. The reason why the CZ75 was like 1,600 like Reagan era dollars in the States was because you had to buy it through a Canadian, because Czechoslovakian was a communist handgun. Not a communist handgun, but you know what I'm saying, it was from the commies. So anyone who wanted one, and the CZ75 is famous for the grip, right? That's the grip that Glock copied, right? It was all about the ergonomics. And so they were hugely expensive to get in the States because you had to go through a Canadian dealership. And, like every time a firearm crosses the border, it gets really expensive because I don't remember what the organization is called that you have to go through when importing to the States, but we have very similar problems here. So, to us, we've always been able to get that kind of stuff, Yeah, we can do short barreled so long as it was made short barreled. There's a whole bunch of rules around that. Oh, the wedge you had was smaller. Yeah, no, I sort of... Yeah, never mind. That's going to be too small for that handle, eh? Yeah. It's okay. The one I took out of the package we'll use. Yeah, Serge, I'm gigging this weekend, and this Thursday I have a meeting at school because I had to get involved with the parents' organization again. But maybe the following Thursday night? We don't have a lot left to do. You guys have been watching our little axe restore series, right? We're almost done. The Australian 10 round 308 Enfield mags fit the M14. Yep, that is true. I knew that. But like, I'm not... I have so many other things to spend my money on that I'm not going to buy all these firearms that I thought I was going to be buying when I got like my restricted permit. I'm probably never going to have an AR-15. I don't have time to do the competitive shooting that I was going to get the AR for. You know, I'm not going to use a firearm for home defense, for God's sakes. You know, not in this country. And I'm not saying that as a complaint. I'm just saying, as a Canadian, I'm not going to use an AR-15 as home defense. That's what a baseball bat's for. You know, so it's like, I used to read a lot of gun magazines and a lot of hunting magazines. I had to stop reading all kinds of magazines because I just kept getting what in the bass playing world we call GAS, which is GAS, or Gear Acquisition Syndrome, where you just end up spending all your money on gear because no matter what you own, there's always something cooler out there, you know? And like, AR-15s, ooh, I almost said a bad word there. Like, Rock River looks cool, you know, Bushmaster looks cool, and then there's a Canadian dealer with a crappy name, Canadian maker with a crappy name, DPMS or something, and like there's all these things out there, all these cool things, and so you buy one and you already kind of want another one. Just forget about it. I stopped reading the magazines. I stopped hanging out on the forums because there ain't enough dollars in the world to keep up with what you end up wanting when you're plugged into that world, you know? Yeah, you're right. You have to pin a 10-round magazine. Unless it's for... a Lee Enfield doesn't have to be pinned, but everything else does. And that 308 Enfield mag, that's probably not a genuine... You know, like, it has to be a real Lee Enfield piece. Yeah, but Serge, I don't want to lose one of my axes because it went into, like, an evidence bin somewhere. A Bronx beater. I think maybe if I lived surrounded by nobody, I would have a different concept about defending myself with a firearm, but because I like my neighbors, I don't want to run the risk of tagging one of them because I was using, you know, like 5.58 ammunition in an urban environment, you know. Yeah, pistol mags are 10 round and stuff like that. In fact, there's an AR mag that's meant for a pistol of some variety that you can use because it's not strictly an AR. The regs are so confusing that I just give up. I just give up. I sure do give up. I'm gonna look at those marbles, by the way. I'm gonna see if they have something of the 18-inch variety. Then yeah, that's judging by the prices I'm seeing, that's a good beater that I can use to, because that way if Camille misses and plows the axe into the dirt, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, my SFA kind of thing, you know. So I'll take a look. I will definitely take a look. I'm not going to buy now anyway. I'm going to wait until spring when it's coming time to hit the bush again. Tea's a good drink. Rob, are you still here? I just found the recharger for that battery that died on us while we were doing this stuff. I tell you guys, it wouldn't be me if I didn't lose stuff all the freaking time. Okay, so Rob, next time you're over, I'm recharging the batteries. Oh, I am too short to reach over one of those freezers. That's a good point, Mr. Serge. Yep. Yep. Oh man, I've got a ton of knives on this table. It's as I was saying before, for an axe guy, I've got all these knives everywhere now. I still really want that Tamagami. Oh yeah, that Arrow survival rifle. I hope I'm going hunting this year, guys. I don't know what, but the missus was saying that suddenly everything was really weird around the terrain that we're using. I gotta buy a piece of land, you know. I gotta win the lottery. I was talking to another parent at school, and just north of Ottawa, but like on the Quebec side in the Gatineau, he bought 32 acres at $1,000 an acre. I was like, wow, man. Some people get all the luck. Now, granted, I don't really know what an acre is compared to a hectare, but I sort of know what an acre is. I've got a very vague idea. I know that 32 acres would make me happy as hell. You know? Gotta get me that money, man. I gotta win me that lottery. Then I'll buy me a 32 acres somewhere in the bush and go full on my self-reliance. I should probably win like 30 mil. That way I can quit my job and not worry about it, you know? $40,000 feet is an acre. $40,000 square feet, obviously. Where's my phone so I can do the math? Hold on. Let me just find. Okay, so a hectare is almost 2.5 acres. Okay. Okay. I just got distracted by that Lee Enfield again. So like 12 hectares. That sounds heavenly to me. You know? That sounds fabulous. It's 23:02, so I'm going to cut this off at the knees, and I'm going to go to bed, and I will dream about going hunting. Whether or not I get to go is a question for another time. If I do go, I'll find a way to shoot some video in the woods, which is where I like to be all the time. But anyways, for now, I'll see you guys next week. So good night. Thanks for hanging out with me and keeping me from getting bored staring at the walls. And I will... If anyone has anything they specifically want to talk about for next week, drop a comment. Like when this video goes up tonight, just drop a comment in the comment section, or drop me a note on the Raindance Bushcraft Facebook page, or on the Raindance Bushcraft Instagram, or those of you who have my email, or blah blah. Some of you have my texto. Let me know. Yeah, Dish. Thanks for coming out. Late is okay. Here's what getting here is what. Dr. Sharp. No, I was hoping you'd come in earlier. Oh well. So thanks for hanging out, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Have a good